Hi, good evening. Okay, my hair might be covering up my eyes a little bit. Hi, happy Thursday. I'm so happy to be here. So today I have on um I have on a white dress. So I could be like the lady in the movie. The invitation is what we're talking about today. And this movie, oh my goodness. Okay, so let me start off by saying the only thing I wanted to do with that movie was to talk about the 10 times in that movie where I would have left. But the movie was so good that I felt like it would be a great live topic. And I thought it would be fun to talk about live because so much stuff happened in that movie that I was just like, I wonder what other people would think about this movie if they were to watch it, and to see what everyone else thought. Now, it's running on Netflix right now, and it's listed under horror. I didn't really think that it was scary, but I was talking to someone and she said that she watched half of it and turned it off because it was too scary. Now, this was a long time ago before I even decided to do the live movie talk about this movie. I asked her if she had seen it, and she said, "Oh yeah, I watched it a long time ago, but I only saw a little bit of it because I had to turn it off because it was too scary." Hi, who just popped in? Oh, okay. I guess they left. Anyway, so yeah, but I didn't find it to be scary. It was a little bloody at the end. Like, okay, so spoiler alert. Of course, about the whole. I'm going to talk about the whole movie like I normally do, but of course, it was a little bloody at the end when everybody started getting killed. So, but other than that, I just found it to be very suspenseful. It was a very good thriller type of movie. So I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and start off. Hey, I'm just gonna go ahead and start off talking about the 10 times that I would have left. But before I do that, I'll go ahead and say hello. Hello. Terry, did you watch it? Did you see it? I hope you saw it because it was so good. So it started off it started off on a bad note for me when we first walk in. So what I did, I kind of put myself in the perspective of Kira, who was the only African American person in the movie. So I automatically thought, okay, what would I do if I was in Kira's position? If I'm going to a dinner party with my man, first of all, I agreed to go to a dinner party at his ex-wife's house, but they had a probably a really good marriage and they had a kid and everything, and he was in mourning, so I probably still would have gone, even though that was kind of awkward. But because of the other circumstances, I probably would have gone just to support him. But it started off bad when they first came in, and she greeted him with that hug, with the hug, and then she like caressed his beard, and then he killed that. It was a coyote in the road, and he killed it. He got blood on his face, and she went, and she wiped that blood off of his face. She didn't know what it was, but still, if she's gonna lick her finger and wipe his face, I was just like, that would have made me really, really uncomfortable at that first moment. So, Terry, what did you think about it? What did you think about the movie? You saw it? Yeah, yeah, to that part. I know that it was so nasty. Oh, I mean, she didn't even know what it was. She was just like, "Oh, look at you, you're a mess." Let me get that off for you. That was so nasty. So, did you think it was a scary movie? I didn't think it was a horror movie. I just thought it was suspenseful. It had me on the edge of my seat. I was like this the whole time. Yeah, that was out of bounds. You thought that was out of bounds. That yeah, that like, and then her new man was there too. So I just thought that whole situation was kind of weird. So that was the beard caress and the face clean. And yeah, you said it wasn't scary, it was just weird. I thought it was weird because we didn't know exactly what was going on, but that made it suspenseful and intense, and you wanted to keep watching it. So okay, so the slap her around the world was the next one. When the three of them were in the kitchen, Will, the ex-wife, Edie, and Ben were in the kitchen, and Edie was saying how this outside group had taught her so much and how she was just touched by the whole experience. And then Ben interjected his interjected his 2 cents, and Edie slapped the crap out. I mean, she put the smack down on him. She slapped him so hard, it was so loud. I was like, I know the people in the other room had to have heard that slap. It was so loud. Yeah, it was an attention getter. That movie, it really kept your attention because you wanted to know what's going on. Who are these people? It was very weird. Like you said, you just want to know, why is it so weird? What's happening? What's going on? And then after she she did. She slapped the crap out of him. You wanted to know what was going on. I mean, what was going on? That's what kept your attention, or for me at least. And then the slapper, or Edie, I can call her name now. Edie comes up to Ben afterwards. It says, well, the reason why she slapped her, she says, you always giving your opinion about something, or nobody cares. Yes, she said, nobody cares about what you think. That's after she's after she slapped him. And then afterward, 2 minutes later, she walks up to him with a glass of wine and says, you know, I've already forgotten about it, and you should have too. And he just took the drink. And I was thinking, that's how people do? You can just slap the crap out of somebody and then just walk up to them with a glass of wine. That must have been some good wine. They said that wine was really expensive. That must have been some good wine. All you need to do is come bearing a glass of that good wine, and you could just, slap somebody real quick. And then when David, the new husband or boyfriend or whatever, when he locked the door, and so that meant that everybody was locked inside. That's what you did. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. I forgot about that. You get into a fight with somebody as a kid, and then the next day you back best friends again. You can get into a real scrap, a real heavy duty scrap, just kicking and scratching and fighting and punching and everything. And then the next day, that's my best friend. I love her. You want some candy? You want some ice cream? Let's go to the ice cream truck. You're right. That's what we did. Yeah. That's what we did as kids. You're right. But girl, when David locked everybody in the house, and Will, he was sitting on the steps, and he said, why didn't you leave the key in the door? He said, oh, it was he said that it was a home invasion recently. So he was just being safe. And I'm just thinking, okay, can't you lock the door without locking everybody in if that's the case? And if there's a home invasion, it's 27 people in the house. I think y'all could probably handle a couple of them, y'all could, handle the situation. And who breaks in the house with 8 cars parked outside? Nobody does a home invasion if there's 8 cars parked outside. You can hear music from the street and people talking and all that stuff. Right. He said that you said, what does home invasion have to do with that? Right. He said that there was a home invasion, so he was going to lock everybody inside the house. No, you just lock the door so the people outside can't get in. Right. You just leave the key in the door. Put the key back. You mad, Terry? You look like you mad too. Like you would have been there arguing with him too. Put the daggone key back in the door. You would have been yelling at him too. And here's the other thing. When you would have been yelling. So this is the other thing. when this conversation was going on between Will and David, they showed Kira sitting on the side. She was like this with her drink, but she was looking like, yeah, he's right. You should leave the key in the door so we can get out of here if we need to. So she was kind of like looking off to the side, but you could see that she was in agreement. The two Oh yeah, they did. Edie had a type. They did look alike. The ex and the current look. They had a similar kind of that young hippie. I don't care, scruffy look. They did. They had the same kind of look going on. But yeah, Kira was looking like, no, he's right. You should leave the key in the door. And then wait, this is the other thing when David stormed up. Oh wait. David was like, well, I just keep the house a little different than you. It's my house. And then Edie tried to break it up, and she sent Will, the ex, to get some firewood. And in real life, the man would have been like, no, make him go get the firewood. It's his house. Because David was like, I keep the house a little different than you, I guess. It's my house. And then immediately after that, he got sent off to go get some wood. And in real life, that man would have been like, no, make him go get the firewood. It's his house. And then when Kira tried to go after him, Edie stopped her. The whole thing was just so creepy. Gut check. Buzzing right in the gut. When Kira tried to go after Will, Edie intercepted and was like, hey, has he been acting a little weird lately? Blah, blah, blah. I'm so glad he has you in his life. I'm like, let her go check on her, man. Don't be stopping her in her tracks when she's trying to go check on him. Let her go, calm him down and keep him at your crazy party. So Kira, she was real sweet, and she had her eyes open. That's what I liked about her. She was in the situation with her eyes wide open. So I like that part. And then after Will leaves the room, when he comes back in, Gina holds up Sadie's hand and says, oh my God, they're in a cult. And okay, for real, if I didn't leave when David was trying to keep us locked in the house, but he left the key in the door. And then he left the key in the door. So I would have been like, all right, I don't know. I might have wanted to go up to David and be like, put that key in your pocket. Just to make sure go up to Will and be like, put that key in your pocket, just to make sure we had the key. I don't know. But when they walked in and Gina goes, oh my God, they're in a cult. Yep. I wouldn't even seen the rest of the party. The rest, we would have just had to go to Wendy's and get a 4 for $4, Burger King, McDonald's. I don't know what's open this late, but yeah, nope. Oh my goodness, that part right there, they're in a cult. And then when they started talking about the cult, and then David breaks out the film, and then Gina says, oh my gosh, is this a recruitment film? And that's exactly what it was. It was Dr. Joseph on the other end talking about, are you alone? Do you need love? We're here to help you. We're here to bring you stability. Whatever he was saying, a whole bunch of crap. But see, that's the thing about when somebody is vulnerable and when somebody has been hurt and they're currently hurting and they feel like nobody around them understands. That's why I think why it was kind of framed to look like a grief counseling group, because it was for people who were feeling so down and so broken that they were vulnerable, and they would just cling on to anything that felt like it was giving them hope. So that's why it was the front for it being a grief counseling type of group was so probably so appealing to people, is because those people really needed to feel like they belong to something again because they've lost something so precious. Yeah, you said you definitely would have left after the video. Oh, after the video, you would have stayed and watched the video though. The video was kind of intriguing. It was like, oh, okay, what is this? What's going on? Yeah, you're right. And then, oh, at the end of the video, the girl Kevorkian herself, like she died in front of everybody. It was just disturbing. But so you said that's how people get manipulated always. Yeah. Um, but yeah, that grabbing people when they're at their lowest point and pulling them in and making them feel like they're a part of something. That's how they grab them. But see, I don't agree with those kind of things, because why do I have to be isolated away from all the other people that I love for months? They were saying that they have been, out of contact and out of reach with people for months. Like they hadn't seen them since another season ago. No, you go on a retreat for like a weekend. A retreat is like 2 days or something, or a week at the longest, not for a whole season. So yeah, they had some good brainwashing time while they were there. So much so that they were willing to kill everyone who they loved, everyone else who was left. Um, but that's what happens when you isolate somebody. You can just brainwash them and have them basically do whatever it is that you want, especially if they're already in a vulnerable state. So when Gina revealed that, they watched the film, and then everybody was everybody was disgusted after the film. So David has the brilliant idea to play I Want. Now there's a game called I Never, which he mentioned before. Have you ever played I Never? You ever play I Never? It's a drinking game. You play it like in college or whatever, or like your 20s and stuff. And you go around in the circle and you say something that you've never done. Whoever has done that thing has to take a drink. Okay, so you know it, you know the game. So if you have done that thing, you have to take a drink. That's how I Never goes. So I would say I have never been fired from a job. If you've been fired from a job, you take a drink. So it's a drinking game. It's a way to get people loosened up and everything. So he decides that he's gonna play I Want. Again, he says that it's a game that he learned on the farm in Mexico, or the ranch, or whatever you want to call it, in Mexico. I don't know. That kind of would have been my other clue that I probably don't I probably don't want to play this game. So anyway, they start playing the game and they say, okay, I want. Sadie goes first. Crazy Sadie. Now she's already very clingy. When she first got introduced into the movie, into the scene, she walked up to David, and David is Edie's new boyfriend, and she like caresses him a little bit and hugs him. And even Kira was like, so how do y'all know each other? Because it probably felt a little threesome to Kira. Kira was like, how do y'all know each other? But yeah, yes, definitely. Sadie was a weirdo. So she starts naming everybody. First of all, I want to say this person. So she starts naming all the people: Ben, Alex, Sarah. I'm just making up names because I don't remember everybody's name. Gina, Will, all these people. That I'm so happy that we're all here together, and I love you. She just met them 20 minutes ago. She just met, okay, it was probably about an hour into the dinner. She just met all these people about an hour ago. Okay, so she's like, I love you. Okay, that's fine. It's weird, but that's fine. And then she says, to prove her love, she then plants a big old wet kiss on Gina, another girl. So a girl and a total stranger, someone she just met an hour ago. I would have been like, okay, can we go? Because this is so weird. Can we leave, please? And then Gina, the girl who just got slopped down by a total stranger, yeah, you could tell something was wrong with her. So Sadie is another example of those kind of people who get trapped into those situations because they're so hurt and so damaged. You could tell that there's something missing in their life, and they just, as soon as somebody shows them some attention, they latch on. So yeah, you could tell that's how Sadie ended up in the cult type of situation. So the girl who just got slobbed down by a total stranger, her turn is next. She goes, I want some of that coke. Some of that coke so and so David used to do. Now apparently David is in rehab. Why does he have cocaine in his house? Why does he have cocaine in his house? He's supposed to be in rehab, man. Okay, so David breaks out some coke. They never showed, I'm glad they didn't. They never showed Gina actually doing the cocaine, but she definitely accepted it. So then it's Pruitt's turn. Yeah, he's an addict, but they said something like, you're the worst rehab patient ever. They said something like that because he had cocaine in his house. So then it's Pruitt's turn, and Pruitt starts walking around telling this beautiful story about his wife. And it starts out, it's so beautiful. He's like, oh yes, her hair, her skin, her laugh. This is how we met. She was just beautiful, the love of my life. And then I killed her. Oh my God. I was like, no, the story was beautiful. All you have to do, because he started off, I want to tell you about my wife. And then he tells this beautiful poetic, this beautiful poetic story about his wife. And then all of a sudden he's like, and then one day I was drunk and she tried to take the drink. And then next thing you know, I killed her. And so, oh my God, that's not, no, this is supposed to be a party, man. What are you doing? And so then Edie, I guess this is her way of lightening up the mood. Edie says, I want to kiss Ben. I'm like, Edie, this is not how you lighten up the mood. This feels very orgy-ish. What are you doing? Okay, so Edie is the ex-wife of the star of the movie. Edie is now seeing David. But then Edie says her want is to kiss this other guy. That's not how you lighten the mood, man. Oh my goodness. Yes, Pruitt, you said Pruitt creeped you out from the moment he entered the house. Yes, he is a great actor. I don't know his name, but he is so good because I don't know how they did it or how he does it, but it was his presence. Like as soon as he came on the scene, you knew he was going to be trouble. He didn't even say a word. He just came in, hey, this is my friend Pruitt. He just got introduced, and it was like, oh, he's going to be trouble. And then he's like big and like stocky, so you know that if he hit you or something, you will probably die from him hitting you because he's like so big and solid. And yeah, his whole presence and how they did the lighting and the music, I don't know how they did that, but yes, you definitely felt his presence was very creepy and weird from the moment he came on the scene. You are so right. And then so Edie decides to lighten the mood by saying that she wants to kiss Ben. And so then she lands this big old wet, juicy kiss on Ben while her ex-husband is here and her new fiance, boyfriend, husband is right there. He's like, oh, what? Who does that? So that whole now that was 6, 7, 8, and 9 out of my list of 10 was all during the I Want game. Those that was all the moments, all 6 through 9 of the 10 moments where I would have left just during that one scene. And then the 10th one, please tell me you agree. When Claire said, I'm leaving, because Claire left after they played. No. Yes. Claire left after the weird kiss, the Edie and Ben kiss. She said, she admitted, she said, I just don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable with any of this. I'm going to go. So that concludes my whole 10 times. But then more stuff happened. So what's her name? Claire left the party, and I did a standing ovation for Claire when she decided to leave. I was like, good job. And then Pruitt with his creepy self gonna talk about something. Oh, are you in the silver? Are you in the Prius? I don't know. Do Priuses only come in silver? Because as soon as he said Prius, I imagined the silver car. And I think her car was actually silver. Do they only come in silver? I don't know. But then he's like, "Oh, how did he know what car she was in?" So anyway, he says, "Oh, I'm blocking you in. I have to move my car." And so Will was so good because Will, his instincts, we got to trust our instincts. We have to trust our feelings. So Will was like, something ain't right. I want to watch her to her car because she refused his invitation or his he offered her to, if she would like him to walk her to her car, and she said no. But he still watched out of the window, especially when Pruitt said that he had to move his car. So I like that Will had those good instincts. So what did you say? I would have left definitely when Claire left. I would have said, come on, girl. Come on, girl, let's go. I will walk out with you. You know, Pruitt did something to her. Yeah, Pruitt definitely choked her out. He definitely choked her out in the car. We didn't see anything, but why would he wait until she pulled in a blind spot and say, oh, Claire, just to apologize for scaring her with his story? Because that's what he said when he came in, that I think my story may have scared her, so I wanted to apologize to her. So why didn't he do that in the house or on the way to the car? One of those times. Why would he wait until she was pulling out and got into a blind spot to apologize? So he definitely choked her out in that blind spot. So you said I would have left. I would have ran over his damn feet. Yep. Yeah, that's what I wish he would have done, but he for sure killed her. So then what else happened? So you would have ran him over. You would have ran over his feet and everything. But yeah, that should have been the last straw, because I would have piggybacked on her exit. As soon as she was like, oh, I'm gonna go, I would have took that moment when everybody was like, oh, she's leaving. And they could have did that for me too. They would have been like, oh, y'all are leaving. Yeah, we're leaving. Because I would have been like, oh, you know what? I'm not feeling well. I would have used that same little remember in Perfect Stranger when the Halle Berry, with her character, what did she do? She went out to dinner with Bruce Willis, and he thought he was about to get some. And she was like, when he got in the car, she was like, I'm not feeling so well. Oh, I just need to go lay down. I need to get in bed. That's what I would have done. When Claire said, I'm leaving, I would have been like, you know what, honey, I'm actually not feeling well. I don't even think I could hold any. I think it might be this wine. I don't even think I could hold any food. Can we go too? Yeah, and use that whole moment so that we could leave too. Yeah. So yes, because he killed his wife, so he would not have cared about me. Yeah, he killed that girl. So then, and then Terry, where's Choi? Where's Choi? So now, realistically, would you have thought anything was strange when everybody was talking about Choi? Like, where's Troy? Where he's supposed to come and nobody's heard from him. Where is he? Because it kind of seemed like he was a little flaky. You said Will went off. When did Will go off? What part are you talking about? Because Troy, he seemed like a little flaky. So I don't know. That probably wouldn't have grabbed my attention. I would probably been like, he's the flaky friend who's always late or always says he's going to show up and doesn't show up. So I would have been like, oh, I guess I'll meet Troy another time. Yes, especially after he left the message from outside. Okay, now that when Will had to go cool off, or he had to leave the group again. He kept leaving the group. He kept going off by himself. So that time when he left the group and went off into that beautiful backyard. Oh my gosh, the house was beautiful. When he went into that beautiful backyard by himself and he got that voicemail from Troy. Oh yeah. Sorry. Oh yeah, I'm at the house. I'm pulling up right now. They asked me to go get some pastries, but I'm not going to get it. I'm going into, and he was like, okay, I'm going in right now. I'm going in. So that sounded like he was just about to knock on the door, or somebody was looking at him from inside the house about to let him in. It sounded like he was stepping a foot inside the door. So yeah. Oh, that's what you were saying. Will went off. So yes, Will went off about where's Troy when they all went upstairs to have dinner, and Pruitt knocked on the door. He was like, hey buddy, we're all waiting on you to have dinner. And they all went upstairs and they were proposing a toast. Oh, did you notice? I didn't like that Will wanted his ex-wife to grieve in the same way that he was grieving. He was wrong for that. Everybody grieves differently. Yeah, that's true. But don't grieve on a ranch with a cult. That's true. Everybody grieves differently. Yes. Because she moved on. She met David in the grief counseling place. That's where she met David. So yeah, they grieve in their own different ways, and everybody takes a different amount of time to grieve too. Nobody's over it or past it at the same, everybody's not past it at the same time. So that's true too. But when they all got upstairs, oh, this is the other thing I was going to say. They've been drinking out of a wine bottle the whole night. When they get upstairs to dinner, did you notice that when they got upstairs to dinner, now the wine was coming out of a carafe instead of a bottle? They were pouring it out of a carafe. I was like, nope, that's it. That's the Kool-Aid. That's the Kool-Aid. Don't drink that. That's the Kool-Aid. It's like, but I don't know why they had to put it in a carafe to put the Kool-Aid in there, or the strychnine or whatever it was that they poisoned everybody or trying to poison everybody with. But I was like, why? Okay, we've been drinking out of a wine bottle all night. Why now all of a sudden the wine is coming out of a carafe? What's up? What you doing? Yeah, Jim Jones, that Kool-Aid. They were drinking that Jim Jones. That's not funny. I'm sorry. Not proposing a cult. Wait, did I read the other one? Okay, not proposing a cult, but she was on her way to happy. If it wasn't a cult, it would have been okay. Yeah, if it wasn't a cult, it would have been fine. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, she could have joined the church, I don't know, something, but he ain't say nothing about no Jesus. Dr. Joseph ain't say nothing about no Jesus in his little presentation. That's the other thing. It wasn't clear what the whole thing was when Dr. Joseph was talking. Like he didn't give an example. He didn't show people out swimming and playing tennis and taking walks and laughing. It was just him on the video saying, we'll treat you like family. You'll be loved. And are you down? And what you gonna do, man? Show me people swimming and playing cards and golfing. Show me. We are the people. Show me the people. Show me them having fun, being outside, getting fresh air. So that recruitment video, it wouldn't have recruited me, because I would have been like, what we gonna do? What we gonna talk about? What, give me an agenda, something. Church doesn't help everybody. That's true. It doesn't. And you have to be ready to receive too. That's the other thing. Church won't help everybody. God helps everybody. But you got to be the same thing. You got to be ready to receive, though. Same thing. You have to be ready. You have to give yourself to be healed and to be delivered. So that's the only thing. But at that point, these people are grieving, so they're ready to just give themselves to anything, any type of situation that sounds good. And the Dr. Joseph, he had his rhetoric all together. I guess for them, it was enough for them, I guess. Yes, you agree that God does help everybody. Yeah. So yeah. So when after Will got that phone call from the voicemail from Choi, he was real calm too. He was good. He really trusted his instincts too, because he was like, I knew something was going on. You could tell that he was like real emotional on the inside, but he kept calm. They started passing the wine. He was just like, yeah. I'm gonna have to say something. I don't know what I'm gonna say yet, but I'm gonna have to say something. Passing the wine, passing the wine, passing the wine. And David wanted to propose a toast, and he said, it's good to share moments like this with people you love, and we're happy to have you all here, and blah blah blah. Cheers. As soon as he said cheers, it clicked in Will's mind. He was like, don't drink the wine. Don't. And he started knocking the wine out of everybody's hand. He was like, yoink. But yeah, so then at that point, my girl Kira was like, everybody, it's been real, but Will, we gotta go. I'm like, yes. Sometimes the man gotta start tearing up a house in order for you to be like, okay, we gotta go. It's been real, y'all. But yeah, once my man started smacking drinks out of people's hands, we're gonna have to go ahead and call it a night, y'all. I'm sure dinner would have been lovely, and that wine was gonna be real tasty, but we gotta go. But so yeah, at that point, Kira was saying, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go. He mad now, y'all. We gotta leave. Oh, they were totally disturbed. They were disturbed when he started smacking that wine out. I mean, glass shattering everywhere, red wine all. Oh, and the hostess, she had on the little white outfit. Her little white outfit got little wine stains all over it. They were truly disturbed by his behavior. And poor Gina, the one who wanted to do the coke, was the only one who actually got a sip. And she only took a sip. And next thing you know, she on the table, foaming out the mouth, dying. So she was the only one who got the Jim Jones. So then, okay, so once that happened, everybody knew the jig was up. The jig was up. Everybody knew what was going on. And then at that point, everybody had to die. But they fought their way through that thing. That was good. They worked as a team. They were going all through the house. All the doors was locked. The key was gone out the door. They had plastered up the door that he knew about in the garage. So, that was crazy. You said, Karen, get your man out of there, girl. Yes, Kira, get your man out of there. You said Kira is the real MVP. Yep. Kira saved Will. I think, did Will save her one time and then she saved him one time? I don't know. Did he ever save her? I don't know. But Pruitt was trying to choke Will out. That's why I think he choked Claire out, because he used his brawn and his strength, his build and everything for his taking people out. But he had Will. He had Will like he had Will like that. And Karen was knocked out on the other side. finally she got up and she was able to help her man out, and he only got shot. I think Edie, right? Edie shot Will, and then she shot her crazy self. Oh man, it was a lot. But yeah, the part when they were trying to go to the garage, because he said there's another door that we can get out in the garage. There's a door in there. They went to the garage, and he was like, there was a door right here. What happened? They plastered up the door, and there's just a wall here now. That was scary. That part was a little scary when he thought that they were going to be able to get out. Daggone wall was in the way. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Yes, she took it home. She took it home on Pruitt. Yeah. She took it home on him because, it was some foreshadowing in there when Will had to kill the coyote with the tire iron. That's actually how Kira saved Will from Pruitt. She had to beat him with something like a tire iron or something. She had to kill him like that. Yep. All right. See you in a minute. But yeah, that was so good. How Kira was able to help her man in that situation. And then everybody kind of like was spread out around the house running from them, but you could hear things happening and chairs and stuff falling over. And you could hear all the destruction happening and everything. And then when everybody was hurting and or dead, and Edie asked Will to just take her outside. She just wanted to be outside in the fresh air. I guess she didn't want to die in the house full of dead people, I guess. And then something happened where she went ahead and died, and then they showed the red lamp over on the side. They had shown David putting that red lamp out, and we didn't know what it meant. It just looked like something cool that they did at this big old nice fancy house. They just put a red lamp out at sundown or something, at sunset. And then at the very end, when you could hear the helicopters and the police, the sirens and everything, and I was like, I was thinking, somebody was able to call the police, because when everybody was trying to call the police, because they were up in the mountains, nobody's phone was getting reception. And so, but then at that point, everybody split up. So I was thinking, somebody was able to call the police after all that happened. Because you could hear the sirens and everything. I was like, now finally the police come. And then you start hearing helicopters and more sirens. And then all of a sudden you start hearing dogs barking. And then all of a sudden you start hearing, what was the symbolism behind the lantern in the yard? You saw it. Okay, so the lantern in the yard, I think it was just red, symbolizing death and symbolizing that wine, that red wine they were drinking. They were like, okay, this is our symbol showing that this is happening. I don't know. What do you think? I would think that it would be symbolizing death and destruction. Like, this is all happening. We're gonna do it with the red wine. So that's what I think it was. So I was just talking about how, all of a sudden you start hearing all of this stuff happening, and you start hearing people screaming, and then they show the scene out across the mountains, and you can see that the whole town is just littered with those red lamps. Oh my gosh, it was so good. It's disturbing, but that was so good how they showed that it was people all over the town who had the same assignment. And how, I don't know, I thought you gave an insight and I missed it. Oh, no, I didn't. I was just talking about the red lamp, how we didn't really know what it was. And then you saw at the end when Edie asked to be taken outside, they took her outside, and then you saw the red lamp. they went over to, like, you could see their faces when they were looking out across the town. They were like, you know, they were looking out across the whole town, and you could see all of the red lamps across the whole town. So you knew that this was like D-Day for everyone who had joined that group. But the disturbing thing was that that means that it touched that many people in one town. That many people were touched by this man and manipulated by this man. And he was probably at home chilling. He probably didn't kill himself. He probably was like, oh no, I have to stay here on earth so that I can carry on the dream, so that this could happen every year. You know, um, you missed the part about the red lights. How you missed that part? That was at the very end. You cut it off before it ended. How you missed that part? So what red? Oh, you must be talking about when David first. Oh, restarting your computer. Oh no, don't restart. Postpone. So you must be talking about when David first put the lamp out, and you. Yes, there are so many broken people walking around. It's unimaginable. That's so true. It's so true. Just waiting for somebody to give them some guidance and direction of what they should do. And if it sounds good, they're gonna go with it at that point, because they're just waiting to latch on to something. Um, so yeah, so you missed the part with all the lamps across the whole town? Is that what you were saying? You missed that whole part? So anyway, so they showed the whole town had those red lamps up. And everybody, you could hear helicopters and police coming through the whole town. You could hear dogs bark, like different dogs barking. You could hear people screaming. And so that let you know that this plan was being carried out in dozens of homes in that same one town. And it's just a an example of manipulation, because at one point in the movie David said, we are the chosen ones. We have to do this. Dr. Joseph said that we are the chosen ones. Child, he ain't know there was chosen ones all over the city, unless he thought that the city was the chosen city, and that's why he put the lamp out so everybody, you know, all the other crazy people could see. I don't know, but that got me. That was good. I enjoyed the movie. I like suspense thrillers. Like I said, it wasn't scary to me, but it was suspenseful. It was thrilling. It had twists and turns. I was on the edge of my seat. It had a lot of stuff to talk about in it. So yeah, I really enjoyed that one. Let's see what you're saying. Oh, you were just watching the end of the movie right now? Oh, okay. So you missed that whole part because you had to turn it off and put on YouTube. So yeah, so that's what happened at the end. So yeah, that's what happened. They saw that it was actually a whole town of people doing the same thing. I guess hosting dinner parties as a front to kill their friends. That's so crazy. Good movie. I would have turned around after I ran over the coyote for real. So it wouldn't have even been a whole movie for you. It wouldn't even have gotten to the next scene for you, huh? If you were Kira, after y'all hit that coyote, you would have been like, "Oh, baby, it's a sign. I don't control these things. It's a sign from above. We didn't hit a coyote. You had to kill it. We should go back home. Come on." I think I don't know. Chipotle is still open. Let's go on, take it on in. So yeah, I really enjoyed that movie. So this was fun. Thank you so much for joining me. No, it's a sign. Exactly. What else? Did you want to say anything else about the movie? I know you would have turned around after that coyote hit. But if there's nothing else that you wanted to say, oh. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you next time. And what I think I'm going to do is I was thinking about putting a schedule up. Someone who I work with actually gave me the idea that I should just put a schedule up of the movies so that people can look at in advance at the schedule and decide, okay, I can do this one, I can do this one. They can look and see which movie they want to watch and when they want to join. So I think I'll try that. That sounds like a good idea to me. You said no, the coyote was it. That was it. That's all you wanted to say. Wine Country, yeah, I was thinking about that one too. Okay, you want to do Wine Country next? That's on Netflix. So Wine Country is playing on Netflix. So that will be the movie for next week. Yeah, you like that idea too? I like that idea. So I'll just give a whole list. I'll put Wine Country next, and then we'll just have a whole list. And then you can decide if you want to come on or not, and which movie you want to watch or not watch. And we'll do it like that. So I'll do that for like the next 4 weeks and see how it goes. Yeah, I'll do a schedule for 4 weeks. All righty. Good night. I'll see you next time. Yeah, Wine Country looks good and funny. I think it'll be a good one to talk about. All righty. Bye.